Hare Krishna. We'll start with the prayer. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukum karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yakramatum aham bande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. I will share here. Thank you. Very grateful for your presence. Seek all of your blessings. I don't know why am I here, so please forgive me. Festival day that is the last thing I would do, to actually speak on such very, very auspicious days, to bring my inauspicious face and my inauspicious Vani. So I seek all of your blessings, all assembled devotees. This is a very wonderful festival actually. When we see, before that we will recite this beautiful shloka. Vraje vihare purve Krishna Balaram Koti Surya Chandra Jini Donarane Jadam Se dui jagatera hai sadaya Gauda deshe purva saite karila udaya. Volunteers. Raje vihare purve Krishna Balaram Koti Surya Chandra Jini Donane Jadam Se dui jagatera hai sadai Gauda deshe purva saile karita udaya
Braje vihare purve Krishna Balaram
Braje vihare purve Krishna Balaram
Koti Surya Chandra Jini Doha Nijadam
Koti Surya Chandra Jini Donane Jadam
Se dui jagate hai सदा
से दोई जगतेर आइए सदाय
देशे पूर्व शैले करिला उदार
गौड़ देशे पूर्व शैले करिला उदाय माताजी व्रजे विहारे पूर्वे कृष्ण बलराम कोटि सूर्य चंद्र जिनी दोना निज धाम से दुई जग तेरे आई सदाया गौड़ देशे पूर्व शैला करिला उदाया. Sri Krishna and Balram, the personalities of Godhead, who formerly appeared in Vrindavan and were millions of times more effulgent than the sun and moon, have arisen over the eastern horizon of Gaudadesh, West Bengal, being compassionate for the fallen state of this world. So this is a beautiful verse which is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita by Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj. This is wonderful day of appearance day of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. What is Nityananda Prabhu? Nitya Ananda, always eternally blissful. We all are here, every junction of our life, every endeavor of our life, or anything we can think about, there is only one purpose. Will I get happiness out of it? Everyone and every activity has one primary goal. Will I drive happiness out of that? And here we have a personality who is like a treasure house of happiness. And he does not keep it with him. He is there at Surabhi Kunj. Surabhi Kunje te naam hat khule che, khora nitai, khora nitai. Boro khupe ka burgai, boro sukhe ka burgai. So he is calling, I have opened this treasure house. I haven't kept it with me. I have opened and there is an open invitation for anyone and everyone to actually accept this happiness which he is giving from his heart. There is very beautiful bhajan which is mentioned by Narottam Das Thakur. Netai pada kamala koti chandra sushitala je chhaye jagat jura je chhaye jagat jura heno netai bine bai Radha Krishna paite nai Drida kori daro nitar pai. I don't know how to sing, so please forgive me about that. So, he says the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are the shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight not only of one but of million moons. If the world wants to have real peace, real happiness, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him or her to approach Radha Krishna. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha Krishna, one must firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. So, today's topic is specifically focusing on how this Lord Nityananda is a treasure house of all happiness and how he is in the mood of Avaduta is willing to give that treasure house to anyone and everyone. Now from Tattva perspective, when we think about, please forgive me, these words are very small. I did a very poor job. I used a mind map thinking that will be nice, but it just turned out to be very, very small. So when we think about Krishna's expansion, the first expansion of Krishna is Sri Balramji. Balramji, Lakshmanji, Nityananda Prabhu, Baladev, they are same personality but in a different mood sometimes, but their attitude or their desire is only one. how to actually please Krishna and assist him in his pastimes, and actually invite each and everyone in this material world to actually invite them to come to that spiritual abode. So from Balramji, Chaturvya comes, and again from Sankarshan, another Chaturvya comes, from where we have Mahavishnu, we have Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and we have Shirodakshai Vishnu. So Balramji, Nityananda Prabhu, expands himself into every particle or every paraphernalia which is actually engaged in Lord Krishna's service. He appeared as his shoes. He appears as a snake to actually be an umbrella. He also appears as the snake to actually be the bed for Lord Krishna. So his desire is only one, that he wants to give ultimate service to Krishna. So what is the difference between Krishna ji and Balram ji? That both are Bhagwan, but Nityananda Prabhu or Balram ji takes a role of servitude. They are servant Bhagwan. They are Sevak Bhagwan. So when we see same Lord Balram ji, Nityananda Prabhu expands himself into Mahavishnu, and from Mahavishnu so many universes are created. And then within every universe, Garbhodakshai Vishnu enters. And while he is lying on the Garbhodakshai ocean, Garbhodak ocean, then Lord Brahmaji appears for the whole entire creation. And when Balramji appears, he does not know what has to be done. Imagine you join a company and then you don't know what exactly has to be done. So Brahmaji is like, what should I do? He's thinking about it. So he is there, he's seeing everywhere there is darkness. And then he goes under the stem to see what is there, and he sees the ocean, Garbhodaka ocean, and he gets bewildered. He comes back up and he takes shelter. He calls out, and at the time, Lord Vishnu within his heart inspires him, speaks two words, tapa, which is basically do tapasya. And then when he does tapasya, then he actually understands the purpose of creation. So this is so beautiful. Imagine a personality like Brahmaji who has 4 heads minimum, and again based on the size of the universe, he has many heads. He himself understands when we are in difficulty, when I do not know what has to be done, he knows how to take shelter of Lord Vishnu, in this case Balramji or Nityananda Prabhu. So who are we actually? When we think I will figure it out, the more we try to figure out our problems of life, it actually creates a bigger problem out of that. Now when we think from a Sevak mood perspective, Balramji, there are very interesting reciprocation he has with Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see when Krishna goes and play with Balramji, at that time he eats dirt. Balramji goes and complains Yashoda Maya. Maya, he ate dirt. So Yashoda Maya says, did you eat dirt, Kana? Why should I eat dirt? You give me so wonderful butter from Padmaganda's cow. Why should I eat butter? Why should I eat dirt? He said, no, there is a complaint. Who said, who did the complaint? Balram did. Oh, Balram did the complaint. Because he did a mischievous act and he wanted me to not tell everyone. So now, because of that, to hide that, now he is telling I ate dirt. Yashoda Maya says, oh really? And he says, so Balramji never lies. No, I'm telling you, Maya, you trust him or you trust me? Yashoda Maya smiles. Okay, open your mouth. And when you open his mouth, and then Yashoda Maya, we know that she sees the entire cosmic manifestation. So apparently what it sees is Balramji, he is a Sevak Bhagwan. He is trying to serve Krishna. But this is very interesting to understand. He is actually complaining Yashoda Maya so that he can get the beatings. But that's actually apparent contradiction in our understanding. Balramji or Nityananda Prabhu, whatever they do, they have only one purpose. How can I please Krishna? And at this time, he knows that he wants to give that love to Yashoda Maya. Yashoda Maya, when she sees this entire world or entire cosmic manifestation in Krishna's mouth, she is bewildered. Maybe Gargamuni is right. Gargamuni came and told to Nanda Maharaj that he is actually your son Kana or Lala, he is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Maybe he is right. No, how can that be right? When there is thunderstorm comes, he hears the thundering voice and he comes and cries so bitterly until I hug him and kiss him. How can that be Supreme Personality of God? No, that cannot be true. So Balramji is manifesting, he is arranging these wonderful pastimes, these leelas to happen. There are three important personalities who are in Vrindavan which has a similar purpose. One is Purnamasi. She arranges all the pastimes, and whenever something happens in Rajabhumi, they go to Purnamasi and she solves all the problem. We have seen so many dramas, we have seen so many pastimes. The second, of course, Tulsi Maharani, she arranges all these pastimes. Third one is Balramji. And the fourth one, which I forgot to mention, is Yogamaya. And this is, they work in conjunction, they work to actually please Krishna and please the associates of Vrajavasis. Now, when we see from Sevak Bhagwan, Nityananda Prabhu wants to travel with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to go to Vrindavan. The moment he takes sannyas, no, I want to go to Vrindavan. And he starts traveling towards Vrindavan. Nityananda Prabhu goes ahead, and there were boys, and he tells them, whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, don't tell him right, you go on the left. Ask him where is, he will ask you where is Vrindavan, you tell him left. So they said, okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and he asks, where is Vrindavan? And he says, go left. And he realizes, he comes near the river, and when he comes near the river, he sees Advaita Acharya coming in the boat. Advaita Acharya, what are you doing in Vrindavan? And Advaita Acharya is also another mysterious personality. He says, my dear Lord. He says, where did you come? This is Yamuna. He said, my dear Lord, wherever you are, that is Yamuna. So Lord Chaitanya understand what's going on here. I ended up in Shantipur actually rather than going to that. Because Nityananda Prabhu understand the separation Vrajavasis or Navadvipvasis are experiencing. Same thing happens when actually Krishna is being taken from Vrindavan to Mathura. Akrura is here, and Krishna and Balram Krishna gates down from there, and Akrura is not able to see the love of Rajavasi. So he goes out and his consciousness is out, and at the time Krishna leaves from there and he goes with gopis. And then when Akrura opens his eyes, he doesn't see Krishna. Where did he disappear? So he is looking for it. So he reaches out to Balramji. Balramji, where is Krishna? Balramji, no, where is Krishna? He follows the footsteps of Krishna and enters to that kunja where Krishna is there. Gopis are crying, Krishna is crying. And Akrura tried to convince Krishna that you should come to Mathura. And he is actually begging and crying, my dear Lord, your parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, they will be killed by Kamsa. They gave you birth. Why don't you save them? Why don't you understand the pain? And here gopis are telling, if you take him, then the whole Vrindavan will die. Everyone will die here. You are saying that Devaki and Vasudeva are parents, but they are not. It's Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj are his parents. And Krishna is confused. For Krishna, it's very clear. Only Vrajavasis take highest priority. So he does not know what has to be done. Akrura is crying, my dear Lord, we need help. Krishna sees at Balram. And he understands Balram agrees with Akrura. And that's just by following the mood of Balramji, he gets onto the chariot and finally comes. So same way, you see, Sevak Bhagwan of Nityananda Prabhu, he has only one mood to actually assist in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. The second incident or second pastime which is very beautiful is, he carries danda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carries danda, Nityananda Prabhu breaks them into three parts and then throws it in the river. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he reaches to Puri, before he's about to reach to Puri, he asks, where is my danda? Nityananda Prabhu says, my dear Lord, you only maybe just went into ecstasy and broke it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood what's going on. So he said, you are not coming with me. Either I am going first or you are going first. Nityananda Prabhu said, my dear Lord, you go first. And that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reaches to Jagannath Puri first and sees the beautiful Sudarshan Chakra and offer obeisances. And Nityananda Prabhu comes after that. And we know that pastime when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters to see the beautiful darshan of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. And when he sees that, he faints. Nityanand Prabhu and other associates are not there. And then everyone is thinking, who is this personality? And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya actually takes him to his house. And then everyone is searching what happened. Nityanand Prabhu, and they appear to Jagannath temple and they are saying, where is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? And they hear about that, someone fainted. They understood it must be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they come to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's house, which is not today's discussion. So, what is Lord Nityanand Prabhu's position? One time, Lord Chaitanya, he actually come to Panihati. When he comes to Panihati, he comes to the house of Raghav Pandit. At the house of Raghav Pandit, he says, once the Lord called this is Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is actually Vyasdev. He is writing, once the Lord called Sri Raghav Pandit aside and spoke to him alone. He said, Raghav, I want to reveal you I want to reveal to you confidentially that Nityanand Prabhu is not different from me. You must understand, whatever Nityanand Prabhu wants of me, I do. Whatever Nityanand Prabhu wants, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does. We all know the sequence. To attain the mercy of Krishna, one has to attain the mercy of Srimati Radharani. To attain the mercy of Srimati Radharani, one has to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is revealing here, if anyone needs the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has to take shelter of Nityanand Prabhu. And the second he says, without sophistry, I say that everything I do through Nityananda Prabhu. And we'll see multiple pastimes today based on that. And we are one and the same. That which is rarely attained by great mystics steeped in meditation is easily obtained by Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, engage yourself with sincerity and deference in the service of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, knowing him to be the Supreme Lord. He's setting up a mood very clearly. Don't ever try to approach me. And we see one of the pastime which is there. So one of the associate of Nityanand Prabhu is Mene Ketana Das. Mene Ketana Das is all the Nityanand Prabhu's associates. They are actually Gopas in spiritual world in Vrindavan. So they appear as associate of Nityananda Prabhu, and one of that associate is Mene Ketana Das. He is in such a deep ecstasy of love of Krishna, in the mood of the Gopa. He would just continuously dance and chant and just do kirtan whole day. And when someone sees his Avaduta position, you see Nityanand Prabhu himself is Avaduta, and we will see certain pastime. Even his associates are in the same mood. And Nityanand Prabhu here, Mene Ketana Das, when he dances, people offer respects to him. People offer obeisances. And what does he do? He jumps on their back and hit them with the flute. Now that's not something which we do when someone offers obeisances, but it's in the similar mood. And here, Srila Krishnadas Gaviraj, Goswami's brother, he is there actually. He has a complete faith in Lord Chaitanya. But when he sees Mene Ketana Das, he is bewildered. How is he behaving so weird? That's why one should never judge. Some person may be in a different mood and different trance. We have no idea about it. And one should never judge anyone in devotional circle at least. So, he criticized Mene Ketana Das, and Mene Ketana Das just leaves from there. And when Mene Ketana Das leaves from there, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami actually speaks to his brother. What did you do? Do you know who is Mene Ketana Das? You have mercy or you have faith in Lord Chaitanya, but you don't have a faith in Nityananda Prabhu, which is like purely a thought process of a half chicken story, which is you just want a half of a chicken which produces the result, but not the one where you feed him. And he actually tells that. Now he's just trying to convince others, he's trying to convince his brother about the position of Nityananda Prabhu. And what happens that night when he goes to sleep, Nityananda Prabhu comes in his dream. My dear Krishnadas Kaviraj, I'm very, very happy that you have so much faith on me. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, you go to Vrindavan and all of your desires will be fulfilled. So when he hears that, he immediately wakes up in the morning without telling his family. He was a very poor person, so he did not have an arrangement to actually go there. He's walking to Vrindavan just based on this faith that Nityanand Prabhu is going to, he came in my dream and I want to go there. And he starts walking. And he finally comes to Vrindavan. And when he comes to Vrindavan, all his desires are fulfilled. He actually gets to come near Radha Kund. And who is there when he comes to Radha Kund? When he comes to Sri Radha Kund, at the time in Radha Kund, there is Raghunath Das Goswami, who is in deep trance and deep ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is his position? He is actually one of the prime Manjari assisting Srimati Radharani and the gopis. And he actually, Raghunath Das Goswami, is speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam for continuously for years and years, for every day 4 hours. And where is he speaking from? He's speaking from Swarup Damodar Goswami's diary, because he had the diary. He heard the same Srimad Bhagavatam. He heard all Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes from Swarup Damodar Goswami. And we will come to that pastime as well, how he attained the association of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And he is reciting the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, exactly written in by Swarup Damodar Goswami. He reads from there, and Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj is actually hearing from him all these pastimes. And every day Krishnadas would sit for Mahaprabhu Katha on the banks of Radha Kund. So this is very beautiful. Now when we think about how did Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami actually reach to that position, but before we want to talk about Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. And His Holiness Rompad Maharaj was very elaborately, very beautifully actually explained about the position of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami. So we have Sambandha Prayojana and Abhideya. Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana Acharya. So Sanatan Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami is our Sambandha Acharya. And then Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami is our Abhideya, Prayojana Acharya, Sambandha, Abhideya Acharya. And then Prayojana Acharya is Raghunath Das Goswami. How did he attain that position? He was the son of a millionaire. And actually, both his father and uncle, they have only one son, which is Raghunath Das Goswami. So whatever millions and millions and trillions of dollars they have, they are only to actually serve Raghunath Das Goswami. But from his childhood, he has only one interest. How can I get the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So how does he get that? When he is a child, he goes to actually hear Sri Haridas Thakur. And when he hears Sri Haridas Thakur, he arranges his Mahaprasad for Raghunath Das Goswami. And he gets to actually honor Sri Haridas Thakur's Mahaprasad when he was a small boy. And he heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first from him. And when he heard from him, he developed a desire that I want to surrender to Lord Chaitanya. And he had a desire, can I see Lord Chaitanya? He tried so many ways, but somehow he could not escape. And then one fine day, somehow his parents allowed to actually go and see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with the soldiers to basically make sure he doesn't run away. And he comes to Lord Chaitanya. So he comes to see Lord Chaitanya, but before that, he comes to actually again Panihatti, same place. And he sees Nityananda Prabhu and he bows down from a distance. And Nityananda Prabhu, we played a drama on that, really beautiful actually. So then Nityananda Prabhu sees from a distance that here is Raghunath Das Goswami is offering obeisances. He said, thief, you come here. Why did he choose the word thief here? Specifically, that anyone who tries to achieve the mercy or try to gain the mercy of Lord Chaitanya without getting the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, he is considered as thief. That is his position. So he actually tells there, saying that you come here. And then again he offers obeisances, and at the time Nityananda Prabhu puts his feet on his head and he attains the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And he says, you feed all the devotees Chidadahi. And that is how Chidadahi festival came into existence. I was just listening in the class, it was mentioned, he's a millionaire. Nityananda Prabhu could have asked, arrange gulab jamun, arrange rasgulla, have, lasagnas and paisan pasta. But no, he chose very simple food. Of course, that time it wasn't there, but to connect those dots together, hope you are able to connect it there. So he actually calls saying that, oh, you know what, you feed all the devotees. And he is so happy. He arranges the whole Chidadahi festival, feeds with his own hand. And everyone is so happy. And Nityanand Prabhu, when he sees all the devotees happy, he is very blissful. What is Nityanand Prabhu's bliss is devotees' bliss. When our dealings, what is Nityanand Prabhu is telling? When in our dealing, when we do not treat the devotees properly, that does not please Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And of course, the mercy is blocked from there. So Nityanand Prabhu sees everyone is so happy. And everyone is so happy. Where was Nityanand Prabhu? We just read Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears at that scene. And Nityanand Prabhu is taking the Chiradai from others this and feeding Lord Chaitanya. Only few of the devotees are able to see, including Raghunath Das Goswami. He is able to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there and Nityanand Prabhu is feeding there. And Nityanand Prabhu arranged the Mahaprasad of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu to be fed to Raghunath Das Goswami. So he got the mercy. Next day, again Sri Raghav Pandit. I was just thinking, and I'll come to that pastime. Imagine seeing these personalities face to face. Thinking about Raghav Pandit. What a personality! What a personality! He comes there and he tells Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, Nityanand Prabhu, he wants to get Raghunath Das Goswami wants to get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityanand Prabhu smiles. He says, you pleased all the devotees. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was so pleased seeing this beautiful festival. You will attain the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and you will have the association of Swarup Damodar Goswami. He will assist you, or you will assist him actually in this beautiful pastime. That is how Raghunath Das Goswami attained the mercy of it. Can you imagine? We have 6 Goswamis on the altar. And out of these 6 Goswamis, 3, the topmost, Sambandha, Abhidaya and Prayojana. These 3 Acharyas have attained the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. Without that, they did not achieve. So when we see Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami, whose actually name was Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, they wanted to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya because they had faith. I was listening one on the class, beautifully mentioned, how many replication of Vrindavan are there? So we know Vrindavan is there, and the second Vrindavan is manifested in their palace. They actually created the replica of Vrindavan in their place, Ramakeli. So they were they were in love of Krishna, though they were actually serving the Muslims and they themselves are Muslim to actually protect the places, the holy places. So they took that role. And here, when they are actually taking up that role, they are writing letters after letters to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and interestingly, none of the letter Lord Chaitanya replies. I was just thinking, when Maharaj was giving the class, one devotee asked the question, I wasn't physically there. Maharaj, sometimes we feel when we pray to Krishna, he is not listening to us. So sometimes we feel we want to ask them, my dear Lord, show some mercy on us. Why you are ignoring me? But they didn't think like that. Very beautifully actually. And then finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu writes them a letter, and that is a very encrypted message. What does that letter says? If a woman loves her paramour, she actually serves her husband in such a way that he doesn't actually understand that something is going on here. Now one may say, what has this mundane relationship has to do with Goswamis? They have nothing to do with women. They have nothing to do with opposite sex. So which means I have no desire. So what is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu trying to tell me? How do I understand? This is very beautiful actually. You see, Bilwa Mangal Thakur, we were just doing a skit the other day. What is he calling? Who is her guru? Chintamani. She is a prostitute. He considered her as a guru because she gave me the path of this renunciation. She gave me the path of Krishna Bhakti to come to Vrindavan. So when they receive that letter, they are not able to understand. And by the will of providence, by mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is there in Ramakeli. But now they cannot go because the Muslim Nawab is there. So in the night, they actually go to see Lord Chaitanya. And the moment they come, whom do they see first? They see Nityananda Prabhu. And when Nityananda Prabhu sees all these 3 brothers, Sanatan, Rupa, at the time their name was not that, and Anup. So he showers mercy on them. And then they are brought in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so pleased. And the way they spoke, it melts the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he says, you will attain the mercy. And then we know the pastime just beyond that. We see Narottam Das Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually again at Ramakeli, and he comes near Padma river and he calls Narottam, Narottam, Narottam. And everyone is thinking, who is Narottam? And they are saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Narottam? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Nityanand Prabhu, there is one devotee of mine who will have love of me, unlimited love. His name will be Narottam. He would come here. And I am depositing my love in this Padma river. So he tells Nityanand Prabhu, when he takes birth, make sure he takes the bath in Padma river. And Padma river asks, beautiful question, my dear Lord, how do I know that this is going to be Narottam? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the moment he puts his feet in the river, you will overwhelm, you will overflow. And that's how you get to know this is Narottam Das Thakur. So Narottam Das Thakur takes the birth, and in his dream, who comes again? Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu comes and tells him, my dear Narottam, wake up early in the morning, go and take the river, take the bath in the Padma river, because Lord Chaitanya has deposited the love of Godhead for you. And when he takes the bath, he enters there in the morning, he gains the same ecstasy Lord Chaitanya had. Not only that, his whole complexion changes to the golden form. And his parents are confused because he is so addicted to chant the name of Krishna that he cannot do anything else. And his parents were confused. They got them married and whatever happens after that. So this is so wonderful how Nityanand Prabhu is so merciful. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually tells Nityanand Prabhu that you don't come to Jagannath Puri from next year. This is another mysterious thing. So he tells that you go and preach in Bengal because nobody is preaching there. Why don't you preach in Bengal? Don't come to Puri every year. So Nityanand Prabhu says yes. Next year, he again comes. So one may say, Arey, you are not following the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami elaborately glorifying Nityanand Prabhu that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him not to come, but he came. That is his beauty actually, because he understands the heart of Lord Chaitanya, which nobody else can understand, because he is none other than Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he goes to Bengal, let's come to that part, which is very beautiful pastime. So while he is going to the Bengal, he goes into ecstasy and he starts doing kirtan. The moment he starts doing kirtan, he starts dancing. Immediately Sri Madhav Ghosh actually appears and starts singing. Madhav Ghosh, position of him is, he is actually a singer from Vrindavan. When he would sing, the stones will melt. And he would sing for hours and hours and hours, and Nityanand Prabhu will dance for hours and hours and hours. And when he is going to actually Bengal, on the way, he has many associates. And he has many associates. Like some of them associates is mentioned about, one of them is Ramadas, and we will see some pastime of that. Gadadhar Das, we actually enacted the pastime of Gadadhar Das, how he actually entered the palace of a Muslim who was actually such a cruel ruler and actually asked him to chant the name of Krishna. And then we have Raghunath Vaidya, we have Krishna Das Pandit, and we have Parmeshwari Das and Purandar Pandit. So they were actually the associates of Nityananda Prabhu. And the example is given, Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur, right? The Ramadas was such a stalwart among Vaishnavas. He was imbued with the spiritual mood of Supreme Lord, Lord Sri Krishna himself. And while they are going actually to Bengal, he stands himself in the middle of the road in a Tribangi form of Krishna. And he stands there for hours and hours, and they do kirtan hours and hours and hours going on. So then they walk along, and then they ask someone, where is the path for Bengal? They said, Arey, my dear Lord, you came 2 hours ahead. You have to go 2 hours back. Because they were in so much ecstasy of singing the name of Krishna, doing the kirtan. So they went back. Then again they asked someone, where is the path of Bengal? Arey, you went too far. Now you have to go one hour further far and you have to take left. And that is how their whole party was going on. And they are not getting tired. Not only that, when Nityanand Prabhu actually comes to the village, when he sees the children there, now some of us fasted for Ekadashi and today we have to fast for 12. People like me struggle on that. Nityanand Prabhu glanced on these children in that village. These children fasted for one entire month. Not eating, not drinking, just dancing like a crazy person. Even the elderly people, not elderly, the young people were eating and everything. They were not able to visualize how these kids are so ecstatic. That is the glance of Nityanand Prabhu. Such a powerful aspect. And they actually came finally to Bengal, and then I spoke about the other pastimes. So, Nityanand Prabhu, before coming to Bengal, he again comes to Panihati. Panihati is such a beautiful place. We went there. We also visited Raghav Pandit's house. Wonderful place actually, near just the tat of Ganga. Very beautiful. So, not Nityanand Prabhu comes there and he does the kirtan, he dances for hours and hours, and he is tired, he sits on the seat of Lord Vishnu. Now we discuss, he is actually the source of Lord Vishnu. So he sat there and he called Raghav Pandit. He told all the devotees, arrange for Abhishek. And Raghav Pandit and all the devotees are ecstatic. Similar thing we see on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime as well. He also, that is Mahaprakash Leela. So here Nityanand Prabhu sits on there and they arranges the paraphernalia, getting buckets and buckets of Ganga water to actually bathe Nityananda Prabhu. And they bathe Nityanand Prabhu with all the paraphernalia. They are so happy bathing. And at the time, what happens is Nityanand Prabhu, after the bath, they actually wipes him, they clean him, and then after that, they apply sandalwood pearl. And then Nityanand Prabhu asked, I want the garland of Kadamba flower. So Raghav Pandit is asking, my dear Lord, how can we get the flowers, Kadamba flowers here? They don't grow here, and especially not in the season. So he tells you, go out. So Raghav Pandit goes out. The moment he goes out, outside his house there is a lemon tree and there are Kadamba flowers in there. And then he takes the Kadamba flower, like Mataji makes beautiful garland. So he actually ties the beautiful garland and actually make it wear on Nityanand Prabhu's this. And everyone is so ecstatic because the fragrance of those flowers was permeating entire village of Panihatti. Everyone who was even far, far away, they were running. Where is this fragrance coming from? Like it happens in Krishna Leela when Krishna says, Gopa says, we want to eat that fruit. And then they come to Talavan, that we want to eat Talavan fruit, coming back to here. So here, now, all of a sudden, they actually hear, and they smell another fragrance. And Lord Nityanand Prabhu smiles and he asks, can you guess what is that flower? So the devotees are saying, my dear Lord, this is Damanaka flower. Where is that coming from? It doesn't grow here. And Nityanand Prabhu tells, I will tell you a secret. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is so happy with your dancing kirtan, he is personally here. And that is why you see the fragrance of Damanaka flower being more prominent than Kadamba flower. Because wherever Nityanand Prabhu is there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. Wherever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, Nityanand Prabhu is there. And without the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, we can never actually attain that. So this is beautiful actually, which happens actually. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally appears in that kirtan. Can you imagine that? What kind of experience of that kirtan would be? There is another pastime which is coming up on that. So we see in Bhakti Ratnakar, there is a beautiful details about this pastime by Narahari Chakravarti. He says a beautiful incident that Nityanand Prabhu's Shakti, whose mother Janava. So Nityanand Prabhu has departed from this world, and Narottam Das Goswami, Srinivas Acharya, and then Shamanand Pandit, they actually arranged the Keturi festival. And they actually sent the invitation to Janava Mata to come. And Nityanand Prabhu personally appears in the dream of Janava Devi saying that you should go there physically. And she arranges, she's so happy because they arrange the letters, the invitation letter personally sent to all the devotees, and she wants to be there. And when she comes there, and then she sees Narottam Das Thakur When he is arranging all the festival, we actually did a drama, very elaborate drama on that part. So when she sees Narottam Das Thakur starts singing the Kirtan, and when he starts singing the Kirtan, Mother Janwa glanced upon him, gazed upon him, and he was surcharged with the love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He started singing in such a way, everyone's heart started melting. They were crying. They were just in tremendous mood of separation, thinking about where are Panchatattva. We just see that this beautiful song, which is that Jayanilo Premadana. So they were in that mood. Where is Lord Chaitanya? Where is Nityanand Prabhu? Where is Srivas Thakur? Everyone, they were just calling out, where is Advaita Acharya? They were just calling. At the time, immediately Panchatattva appeared on that scene. Not only Panchatattva, all the associates of Lord Chaitanya who departed, they appeared on the same scene, dancing and chanting with all other devotees. What an ecstasy everyone was in. Wow, Panchatattva are here, all the associates are there, because some of them, trust me, or try to understand, but some of them never saw Lord Chaitanya. Some of them never saw Panchatattva because they already departed from this world. And they finally get to see them not in dreams but in front of their eyes. They were in deep ecstasy, dancing and chanting. And after a few minutes, they just disappeared. And everyone started crying. The scene is exactly like Vrindavan. When Krishna is leaving Vrindavan to go to Mathura, everyone became like a painting. Hare Krishna, the tears were flowing, were unstoppable tears were flowing, but everyone was stand still. Nobody could imagine where the life went by of all Vrajavasis. So they are thinking that way. And at the time, Mother Janva realizes what is happening. This is the first Gaur Purnima festival after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disappearance. And she says we should celebrate Holi festival. And she celebrates Holi festival. After that, she actually comes to Vrindavan. When she comes to Vrindavan, she sees the deity of Radha Gopinath. Prabhuji was singing, so I was thinking about that. And she notices Srimati Radharani next to Gopinath. She is of a smaller size. So she develops a desire. Radharani is very small. But then she stops thinking, oh, who am I to actually think about it? But in her dream, Srimati Radharani comes, no, you are right. I am smaller. Find out the appropriate size and install me next to Gopinath. And Krishna also appears in a dream. Yes, Srimati Radharani is right. So she starts walking towards Bengal to get the deities made there of Srimati Radharani. And while she is going there, she comes to Eka Chakra. When she comes to Eka Chakra, it's a deserted place. This is the birthplace of Nityananda Prabhu. So she comes there, she doesn't find anyone. There was an old Brahmana. This old Brahmana comes to see them, but he doesn't speak anything. And then Mother Janwa traveled with all her associates and she's asking, this is the birthplace of Nityananda Prabhu. Why there is no one here? Can you tell? So Brahmana started narrating the story. He started talking about Hadai Pandit and Mother Padmavati and their actually father who's Oja. And he started talking about the beauty of that village. He's telling Ekachakra Dham was such an opulent place. It was filled with pure devotional service. People were so happy here. There was nothing missing there. Everyone was spiritually so much surcharged. And from the womb of Padmavati, Mother Padmavati, the child took the birth whose name was Balaram or Nityananda. And the moment he appeared, the whole area was even more surcharged with pure ecstasy for Krishna. And the beauty of Nityananda Prabhu he was describing is like a melted butter. So soft, so soft. And everyone, when they would see him, their heart would melt. Very similar we see in Krishna's pastime. When Nanda Maharaj actually arranges for the celebration of Abhishek of Krishna, everyone is just mad and melted by Krishna's beauty. And here Nityananda Prabhu, when he appears, everyone is in so much love with him. Every day they had just one task. Every day they want to make sure whether they ate or no, whether they drank or no, whether they took the darshan of Nityanand Prabhu or not. That was his beauty. As he grew up, he was just caught in the home only. And Mother Padmavati asked, "My dear Nitai, you want to play?" He said, "Yeah, I don't have any friends. I want to play with my friends." She said, "Okay." And then all the friends were so happy. Finally, we will get the association of Nitai. So he would go to the forest and then perform various pastimes of Krishna. And very interestingly, the Gopas, the children will ask him, "My dear Lord Nitai, how do you know these pastimes? And especially the words you use, especially the actions you do. Who did tell you these pastimes?" Nobody told these pastimes. And then he would say, "Oh, I was Balram in the previous lifetime," and they would not understand what's going on. They would arrange all Krishna's pastime. A coward boy will take the form of a cow, and another boy will take the form of Brahmaji, and the cow will go to Brahmaji. I'm Bhumi Devi. There are so many adharmic people who are actually destroying everything here. Please help me. And then Brahmaji comes to the Karnadakshai ocean. And then they start offering Purusha Shukta prayers. And then Lord says, the voice comes from sky, "I will appear as Krishna." And they will perform various pastimes like Agasur, Shakatasur. Went on whole Krishna book would just go in there in the class. And I know you all have to have some other work as well. So being respectful about that. So he would perform these pastimes and everyone was just mesmerized. He would perform the pastimes of Lakshmanji. One time he fainted when son of Ravana actually threw an arrow on Lakshmanji or Nitai. And then one boy played the role of that. And when he shot the arrow, he fainted. And everyone was thinking he's not there anymore. But then one boy remembered, "Oh, someone has to go and get Sanjeevani." And then they go and get the Sanjeevani and then Nitai will wake up. So these were the pastimes. Then Brahmana started speaking. One day, a Brahmana came to this village, to the house of Hadai Pandit, and he said, "I want to take your son with me." So they were bewildered what has to be done because their life, whole Ekachakra's life was Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu agreed to actually go. And Hadai Pandit seek the permission from Mother Padmavati. And while Nityananda Prabhu is leaving from there, it is again the exact scene like Krishna is taken from Vrindavan to Dwarka, and whole Vrindavan is bereft with love of Krishna, bereft from the love of our presence of Krishna. And this Brahmana tells, that's the time. Everyone left, everyone died in separation of Nityananda Prabhu. So when you go to Ekachakra today, all those pastimes which Nityananda Prabhu enacted there are still there. Even the lake where he would take a bath, the pond which will take a bath, where he would perform different pastimes, that is still there. And this Brahmana also mentioned about how Pandavas actually stayed there. So there is still a temple of all 5 Pandavas. That's the place where you could actually take their darshan. So I know it's 9:25. What is it actually from these pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu we learn? Our heart is like a desert without the presence of Nityananda Prabhu. He is a Guru Tattva. He manifests all our Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. They are all representative of Nityananda Prabhu. If we don't have love of Nityananda Prabhu, we are like, our heart is like a desert. So to moisten that, one has to actually sincerely seek out the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu and invite him to appear in our heart. So it's not like so dry. Because when we practice bhakti, which is mentioned, bhakti is in detail. Sometimes we miss those details, and at least thinking about myself, the performance of bhakti is so dry. It's just because the love of Nityananda Prabhu, the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, or presence of Nityananda Prabhu is not there. So on this day, let's sincerely pray at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. that, my dear Lord, I am thinking there is Ananda in this material world. But actually, that is completely opposite. There is only misery and suffering awaiting for me every minute. I want to actually experience the Ananda all the time in your association, by serving you, by pleasing you and your devotees. That one day I actually can see those beautiful pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and yourself. And one day I can experience the joy of devotion. One day I can experience going above the bodily platform like these boys did. One day I can actually understand your position and do not ask anything of this material world. With that, I would like to end here. Just to summarize what we discussed today, we spoke about Nityanand Prabhu's position, who is none other than Balramji. And from him Chaturvya comes, and from there Sankarshan, another Chaturvya comes, and from there Mahavishnu, Shirodakshai, Karnadakshai Vishnu and Shirodakshai Vishnu appears. And we spoke about from there Brahmaji takes birth and how he is bewildered and he understands the purpose of life is to do tapa, and he gets all the clarity. Then we started talking about how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. How Raghunath Das Goswami attained the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, then he got the mercy, then they got the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We also discussed the pastimes of how Nityananda Prabhu actually traveled to Bengal on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how he actually glanced on all the devotees and filled their heart with love of Krishna. And then one day he said on the throne of Vishnu, everybody started doing Abhishek of Nityananda Prabhu. And then Nityananda Prabhu actually asked for Kadamba flower, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared there wearing the beautiful garland of Damanaka flower. And then we discussed about the pastimes of Janama Devi, how she was empowered by the Shakti of Nityananda Prabhu, and we just had beautiful festival of Keturi festival. And then how she actually arranged the deities of Srimati Radharani next to Radha Gopinath in Vrindavan. And then we discussed about finally the visit to Eka Chakra by Mother Janua, and how actually she could hear the pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. So thank you so much for your kind attention. Please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong or displeasing to you. Seek all of your mercy, seek all of your blessings on this most auspicious day. Please pray for me. I'm struggling and I really need help. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Nityananda Rama ki jai. Shri Nityananda Tirodashi ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any comments? Advait, Pran Prabhu, you want to add something? Please, Prabhu. I want to hear if you want to add something. Thank you. Anybody, Krishna Prabhu, you want to add something?
How to please Nityananda Prabhu?
Krishna Kumar, who is already pleasing Nityananda Prabhu, is asking the question how to please a Nityananda Prabhu. Follow the footsteps of Krishna Kumar Prabhu. Because Jare Dekho Tare Kaho Krishna Upadesh. I was just sharing, anyone and everyone who comes to the temple, whether they know about Radha Krishna or not, whether they know about ISKCON or not, but they know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Nityananda Prabhu. And I was just sharing while you were arranging all the vegetables, how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami attracted the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu to actually talking to his brother, talking about position of Nityananda Prabhu. So I was just thinking about you. You have back home, back to God, a ticket confirmed, Prabhu, because Nityananda Prabhu is already pleased with you. That's all I can think about.
More.
That's all.
He wants to please more.
Neither I can fall. I'm not at Radhakund. Neither we have Sarup Damodar Goswami's diary. Neither we have Raghunath Das Goswami. You may be Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's associate, but I'm not qualified. So we will end here.
More practical. More practical. You will find this.
I heard an answer for a different question, and I feel that's the same answer for this thing as well from His Holiness Rompal Maharaj. And I will not use the same words, so please forgive me about that. Unless we are attached to this material world, we can never aspire to actually go back to spiritual world. And that's the problem. The more we have faith in this material world, you can have faith only at one place. You can't have two places. So when you're already there, I'm just thinking about myself. If I have faith in this material world, if I have that idea like Brahmaji initially had, I will figure it out. Until then, we will never be able to actually take the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. His mercy is everywhere. I'll share you one incident, my personal experience. Please forgive me about that. I was in Mangala Aarti. Somehow was thinking about one devotee, and I had my eyes closed. Within less than 3 seconds, I would say maybe 1 second, I saw the devotee in front of my eyes. I was thinking about what is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. If I sincerely desire my Lord, I want to see you in this lifetime. And I don't want to see. And I was thinking about the video which Bhagavatacharya Prabhu shared. Hare Krishna. I highly recommend. My goodness. I was just thinking next womb is ready for me. Nityananda Prabhu is there. Surabhi Kunj, he is calling everyone. Take that Shraddhavan Jana hai. When we have Shraddha, when we have that faith, which I was coming to, not on the material world, but on the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, that's how we can attain his mercy, I feel. Anyone wants to add here? Prabhu, you want to add something here? And then give an over. So thank you. Any other comments before we end? Online, any comments? Okay.
Prabhuji, thank you very much for the nectarian class. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you for the Victorian
As always.
Kirtan.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you. Thank you. Dandavat Pranam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank
HG
you. I'm
Divyatirtha
ending.
Prabhu ki jai.